All right, it's Dr. Brett here, and I have my sidekick, Cambo, here. And we're gonna show you guys some real simple stuff on lower back pain from sitting. And really common thing I get questions about all the time is like, the longer I sit at my desk, the lower my back, more my back hurts down here. I get this like deep, tight, achy thing. It's not a real sharp thing in a lot of cases. It's not like one side or the other side is just tight. It almost feels full in some cases on there, but either way, it's uncomfortable. So, number one thing to understand, jump off here once, bud. I'm gonna show them something here. Is when you sit, this is where the problem starts to stem from on here, is that when you're sitting, your back goes, I'm gonna pull my shirt tight so you kind of see here. Your back goes from having a curve here to here. See my pelvis roll backwards there? The minute I roll my pelvis backwards, now I'm putting pressure right down in the disc in my spine. And I'm also, my pelvis is now in the weakest, most unstable spot it is possible. And all of a sudden those glutes start to overfire, the lower back muscles start to overfire. That's what caused that deep, achy type of feel, let alone the pressure from the disc and also the facet joints in there. So you don't need to understand that. All you need to understand is that when you lose the curve here, you end up here. So the first thing I would tell you is, one, from a posture perspective, quit sitting back in your chair. The minute you go back in your chair, see where I'm already at? My butt's tucked under me now. I've lost the curve there. If I sit on the front of my chair to keep my chest upright here, I have to be able to keep this curve here. The minute I go here, this is really uncomfortable from this spot. So first thing first is get on the front half of your chair on there. That's a necessity, get on the front half of your chair. So that's number one from a posture perspective. From an at-home perspective or even at work perspective, starting to work on extension of your spine. We got to start getting here, because I always say it's the flat butt old man syndrome, where they start tucking their rear under. They walk like this. Now all of a sudden their pants are hanging off them like that. There's no place where their butt's at because their spines become so flexed like this, they no longer have a rear end. So we're going to try everything we can do to create extension through that spine. And this is a really simple exercise you can do just like this, is extend, externally rotate your shoulders, tip your head back, extend back. If you can tolerate this, get in this position for 15 seconds, 30 seconds. It's an easy thing you can do even at the office as well too. So just extend, open up, extend, stay there for a period of time. We're just trying to teach your body to get out of flexion. The other easy thing to do is at home, or at work as well too, as long as people aren't gonna make fun of you by doing this, is to get on the floor. I'm gonna do this from the side here. Get on the floor, get on your elbows, and just like this, get yourself upright on there. You don't need to get up on here with this. This is hyperextension, it's too much. Get on your elbows just like this. To start, again, relax your pelvis. Let your belly button get to the floor. Start to breathe a little bit. When you breathe, that extension becomes easier. When you're holding your breath, you can't get fully extended through there. So let that hip fall, your pelvis fall, so you can get to that extension point that's on there. So that's another easy thing to do. Another simple thing at home, again, or at the office if you can, is a basic hip extension, hip bridge here. So feet flat on the floor, I pick up my butt off the ground, I'm getting myself to level here. I'm engaging my glutes, and I'm also creating extension through there. If that gets easy, you can start going one leg out, other leg out, to get your glutes to fire without letting your hips fall from side to side. So again, it's creating extension. We're activating our glutes from that perspective. Another easy thing to do, this is an easy one at the office because you can do it standing, is just from here, step back lunge, drop your hips, extend your torso. So again, notice I'm putting a curve here, and I can work movements away to both sides. So I'm stretching my hip flexors, I'm engaging my glutes, and I'm extending that spine. The moral of the story here is that if you want to get more extension, you have to practice it. Right now, most people spend 98% of their day in flexion. They sit in flexion, they stand in flexion, they sleep in flexion. We have to create extension. And that's the whole thing. It's like as you look at, as people age and as they die, their bodies become more flexed with time. Flexion literally kills our bodies over the course of time. So you got to create more extension through there. The last thing I'll show you, this requires a piece of equipment. I'm gonna steal this, bud. That all you need, preferably what you have, is a hard surface chair. This is just a folding chair. You can find these on Marketplace for about $2.12 if you look. This wobble disc is a balance disc people typically stand on for rehab. All I'm doing is I'm going to sit on it like that. I'm going to inflate it first. As you can see, this is overinflated. You don't even need this much air in it to start, but the routine I go through on here, I do this every day before I work out. That's why this is out in my little gym here at my house, that I start with this before I do anything. I want to warm my spine up before I'm loading weight, or I'm running, or I'm rowing, or I'm doing anything at all in regards to that. So I'm going to start with extension, flexion, extension, flexion. I'm over exaggerating. The thing you notice I'm not doing this. My chest is not dropping, is it? Nope. I'm extending. The movement's coming from my pelvis here. I'm pushing the ball with my core. If you want a core exercise, this is the best core exercise you'll ever find. So I'm going to do this 20 times. Then I'm going to do side to side 20 times. I can feel this even right now. Same thing. My shoulders get a little bit of movement, but I'm not doing this. I don't need this. I need movement from here, from my nipple line down to my rear end, basically. That's where the focus of my movement's going right now. 20 of those each side, then I'm going to work on some rotations. So I'm basically doing a half moon this way, half moon that way, and my arms are going to go the opposite way. This is a great way to warm up your spine. So I'm getting a little bit of extension as I come across. See, when I come across the front, I'm extending, then I'm flexing just a little bit. But that rotation and that flexion is a complex move of your spine. It's a great way to warm the spine up on there. So again, first of all, quit sitting like a slouch. Get your butt up, get on the front half of your chair on there. Work on the full extension. So your arms are back, your head's back, and your hips are back on there. Work that piece. Get on the floor, get up on your elbows, extend back through there. Flip over on your back, put your feet on the ground, pick your butt up off the floor. That's another easy thing to do. And then the lunge where you step back, extend, rotate yourself one way, rotate yourself the other way. It's an easy thing to do. And get one of these sticks. You get them on Amazon for literally like 30 bucks on there. Simple tool to get. Put one at home, put one at work even if you need one there. But doing this 2-3 times a day will make a massive difference for you. And you'll quit complaining about your stupid lower back being achy all the time. Pretty simple, right boy?
Yeah.
See, he even agrees.